Welcome back, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. Well, it looks like we still have the Christmas boxes back, and it looks like they're going to be here for a little while, which is alright with me. They look kind of cool. Alright, so a few things I've done while off camera. Small things, trifle. I went ahead and filled up our library with items, some books. Took me a little while to get them. I'm really glad that Vec has a cow farm, or a small one at least, to get me enough leather to do these with. Took me a while, but we got a nice little library going. The other thing I have done is use Doc M77's fish farm, and went ahead and put one together over here. Now, I've been having a little bit of trouble with it. Not the farm itself. It works like a beaut. But actually getting the AFK part of it to work. Because I tend to, when I use the buttons on my keyboard, it throws the line too hard. But if I use my mouse, it tends to move and not want to activate. So, if this one does not work out for me on this server, I might have to switch over to the Exuma Voids setup. So, beyond that, what I think we're going to do today, I think today's going to be a nice chill day. Probably going to create the rest of the village. I want to get that finished up. So I want to get all this taken care of so that we can get started on the actual base. I kind of want to get this finished, get this all taken care of, then get started on the base. So I think that's the project for today. It's going to be several different time lapses. I hope you enjoyed the music. And if you have any suggestions for music that is royalty free, let me know in the comments. I'd be more than happy to take a look at it. So when we get done, it should be all beautified and looking nice. So, I will see you on the flip side. Welcome back, everybody. Really hoped you enjoyed the music and the time lapse. Went ahead and decorated a few things around the base. Went ahead and just did a sparsing in here. Added some lights and a nice table. Now I will have a blacksmith in here. I'm going to probably gate this off and put him in there so that we have a villager in here. And I think what we're going to do from here is I'm just going to finish up the rest of the town, then I'll show you around. As soon as we get that done and I can get the villagers in, we can go ahead and start on the other parts of the base. So I'll see you when this is all done. I've gone ahead and done a few things, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. Now, as you can see, I'm on my camera account, and I've kind of laid out what we're going to be doing. First thing that you might see is I went ahead and gotten some animals to add to the pens. Got that taken care of. Gotten the butcher's shop set up. And have a nice little killing area for the animals and whatnot. I'm not sure what buildings are going to be what, but I do really like the setup here. I've extended out several of these buildings and made a few of them multi-level. This house will be multi-level, and these two will be. And after I get all that done, I will be releasing the villagers and assigning them to houses per their occupation. And that's going to be kind of a thing to do. But I think this episode might be getting a little long. I'll have to check the times. But if it is, we'll just finish up with a time lapse, and then on the next episode we'll be looking at the villagers. So, I will see you at the end of the next segment. really hope you enjoyed those time lapses. I went right ahead and I haven't decorated anything, but let me go ahead and give you kind of a tour, and let's take a look at what we're going to be doing next. So let me go ahead and grab my camera account, and let's take a look. Now, so you notice this one's kind of jutted up against here, and I'm not sure if I should take that one down and just slope it in. I'm still kind of deciding on that one. But we have Building A, Building B, and C. And I think all three of these are going to be dormitories, houses. Then over here, I think I'm going to put in the general store. Kind of dig it back into the back and use it as my storage room. And get everything out of the house and decorate that a little bit better. Now I'm really enjoying this two-tone building style, including with the oaks, the spruces, sorry, logs on the sides. It reminds me of a northern town with a tempered roofing that deals with water. Now if they had gutter systems I would put them in, but we really don't. Alright, so what the plan is next, I think next week, is that I'm going to finish this up, the rest of the houses, off camera, and after we get that done, we'll start talking about next week about putting the different villages where they belong, and seeing what we have in the whole. I've almost spawn-proofed the area. Well, kind of. I haven't had really a lot of monsters, only for the sheer fact I'm very diligent about sleeping. But we're going to go ahead and make this really look nice, and then we'll start clearing this up and getting ready to do the underwater base. I do need to find me an XP grinder, and we might be going exploring through the caves nearby and see what we can find, and through the ocean. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And always remember to keep a smile on the face and have a good day. Bye-bye.